The Caribbean Court of Justice serves as both a final appellate court and original jurisdiction as a treaty interpreting court. Under this latter jurisdiction, the CCJ has developed and enhanced the effectiveness of Caribbean community law through the interpretation and application of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. Our main aim was to summarize each judgment in a way that accurately and concisely conveyed the reasoning of the court. This required, firstly, an easy to follow template to encourage repeatability and efficiency. Moreover, while this project has been intended for the use by the courts and legal professionals, its simple format makes it palatable for students and the wider public.
Benefits and relevance of the project can be condensed into the following. Summarizing cases hones analytical skills and heightens understanding of the role of courts in defining, interpreting, and applying law. Our group was challenged with isolating the relevant information, as well as analyzing how courts apply rules of law to the facts in an objective and rational manner. These skills are highly valued in our field of study and will be very useful as we progress. The digest will also allow for the easy extraction from a judicial decision of relevant information. This may be useful for state actors, organizations, and national courts in organizing judgment systematically for future reference. This is particularly important as the CCJ plays an important role in the forging of indigenous precedent, which has proven crucial to regional integration and enhancement. This will ultimately allow for a much easier and smoother review of Caribbean community law.
As expected, we were faced with many challenges throughout the execution and construction of this project. It was imperative that the facts of the case be summarized in its most lucid and simplified manner. Therefore, this required a deep understanding of the main issues, themes, procedural history, and the final disposition of the case. Standardization was also important, such as font size, spacing, and paragraphing for a structured presentation of the necessary information. Lastly, but most importantly, in providing a service for a client, it is important that the final product be subjected to constant reviews for typos and errors. Revision and editing are keys to an efficient product as the project became extremely reader-centered. The writing process for this digest could be described as recursive. Despite 3 years of legal experience, this process was not short of challenges. To produce a concise but thorough, fair, and objective restatement of the CCJ's original judgment, this required a great deal of attention. And so it began: reading, extracting, summarizing, editing, reviewing, and reading again.
Being part of such a small unit has undoubtedly led to many shared experiences and sentiments. At first, the task at hand seemed manageable enough. That was until we got our first drafts back. To transform our initial submissions, riddled with comments and corrections, we embarked on what seemed like a never-ending journey to perfection. While on this journey, there were many moments of frustration and self-doubt. What got us through, however, was the understanding of the importance of constructive criticism and cooperation.
Having our moderators and peers review our drafts provided numerous opportunities for improvement and fresh perspectives. This ultimately allowed us to become aware of our weaknesses as writers, and errors our then untrained eyes may have overlooked. We agree that this project has prompted us to better appreciate and understand the court's critical role regarding the Caribbean community law and policy through the interpretation and application of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, as it concerns, for example, the free movement of goods, persons, and services, and measures required to secure these objectives.